Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Back here with another update on the stern. And you guys can see I have built up quite a bit since the last update. Basically not even going off of Lego's instructions, just kind of going off of some of my photos that I took. And then of course making some more changes just because the last photos I took of this, there was a lot more going on up here. So I'm kind of doing a back and forth between my photos and Lego's instructions just because there are some areas where I'm completely different from what they're doing. But you guys can see progress is coming along nicely. I'm basically ready to get the big side plates back on. So we'll be covering all this work up. So I figured I'd show you guys one last time here before I go covering all that up. All the cool inner workings of everything. You guys can see we have the rudder and rudder prop installed, so that's kind of neat to have that back on. Kind of gets that very tail end wrapped up a little bit. We do no longer have the mechanical function in the rudder, just for the props themselves. And something you guys might notice is some gold flowers here. So the first time I built the ship, before I did the mock, I added some flowers, some gold flowers, actually tucked in way back underneath here, just to kind of pay tribute to everyone that lost their lives on that ship. The Titanic is a pretty near and dear thing to me. I've been a huge fan of that whole story ever since I was a kid. Even way before the movie came out, always doing research on the Titanic, and just reading and watching anything and everything I could about the Titanic. And so of course when this set came out I was super stoked. But this go around I figured I had some nice space to pay tribute to the people that lost their lives. So what I actually did was I kind of played off of the color scheme of the Titanic. Of course not quite to perfect color, but doing the white on top, kind of the black in the middle, and then the red on the bottom. And that was already a natural support that I had put in there, so that worked out really well. And then just filled a 2x6 area with nice gold flowers. Just a little tribute to everyone that was a part of that disaster, and figured that'd be a nice little touch to add in this. Now, of course, you're never going to see that again, but we're just paying tribute. Doesn't need to be out in the open like crazy. Just pay some nice tribute to everyone that died in that disaster. So, but we're getting pretty close to getting things wrapped up. As far as like all the side plating goes, like I said, I'm pretty much to the point where all that's going to go on now. So I did want to bring you guys back and just to kind of show you one more time all of the inner workings, all of my extra support in this area. I am only going so far with the spine out here because I'm pretty well tied in with everything. The walls are tied in to a certain point down here. All this is tied in. Everything connects really nice through this block here. I did that a lot different from Lego's instructions. You can still kind of see where the line would have been in separation, just because there are some things that I had to build up prior to and then build later on this side, but everything is tied together in the background there really well. So there's no way to separate these sections anymore unless if you completely disassemble it. So everything's built up really nicely. Plenty of support on my gear tower. I've tested the motor after getting this far. I've tested it in many intervals of making progress as I add parts, because things are going to change. The overall flatness of this whole section is going to change as I add parts, so I am constantly, if I build up a little while, I'll test the motor, make sure everything spins, everything is still working good. And update on that. So the last video I showed you guys that I powered it, and that my only complaint was it's going too fast and I can't really do anything about it with this power pack. Well, a good friend of mine, he does Lego as well, and he got me into getting one of a power pack that actually has a speed regulator on it. So I went ahead and ordered one of those. It's the same style connection, and it's actually a rechargeable power pack, and it has a speed control on it, so I will be able to slow everything down. So that solved that issue. That was my one and only issue I had with powering everything up, was it was just running way too fast, and there really wasn't a good way to take care of that. Like I talked about in my last video, I tried messing with having the motor in a different spot. Wasn't working out. So the motor is literally in the only good spot it could be. So, but I can, I don't have the motors, or I don't have the engine slid in there, but this is just to see the props spinning. You guys can see everything spins, looks super cool. And like I said, now once that part comes in, I'll be able to slow that all down to a more prototypical speed. But you guys can see everything runs really well. You see the motor tucked away in there. It's directly shafted right to one of the gears on the gear tower, so all that works out really good. Runs super smooth. You guys can see my receiving shafts for the engines spinning away there. So we're set. So I just have to wait for that control unit to come in, and then kind of build up a place for it. What's nice is it is a brick build style bottom, unlike this, which is Technic supports. That control unit is on the bottom of it. It has basically what a plate has. So I'll be able to just connect it directly to somewhere super easy. I won't have to worry about making and changing a bunch of stuff. I just have to make sure that as I continue, I am going to go kind of off of Lego's instructions for building up the rest of this. I will, of course, make my own changes as I'm building, adding some stuff here and there to kind of strengthen things up. I just have to make sure that I leave myself a good spot for applying that control unit in there. And I am going to have to do some of the mock instructions, because I have to have this funnel be a removable piece, kind of how it is right now. I have to be able to have this to where I can easily pop it in and out, and I am going to change that up a little bit, because it's an okay design for the mock that used to be there, but I know I want to change it up a little bit to make it a little bit more easier if possible, because I really want it to just kind of be a simple, pop in, hook up your tie downs for the stack, good to go, just pop off the tie downs, slide it out. So I got that yet to figure out, but that's as I get more up top here. So still some work to figure out, still some things that are kind of unknown that I'll just figure out as I build up to. But so far everything's really good. Overall, this whole section has only had a couple hiccups, as far as just and really the only hiccup honestly was just the motor. I didn't really plan on motorizing it again, but then once I decided to, I was like, well, right now is the best time because I'm down here, and like I said, I did have it in a different spot, wasn't working out, had to tear some things back down, get to where I could get it in, so that's basically where we're at with the project now. So hopefully you guys are liking this progress. It's coming along, and hopefully have some more progress on the next clip. I'll probably have it 2 more videos on this, most likely. One more with a little bit more done to it, and then one more video of it completely done. So we're getting in the short rows of things here, everybody. So hopefully you've enjoyed these updates, and until next time, take care.